This is the Mooer GE100 Guitar Multi-Effects Processor, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. And when it first came, it sounded absolutely terrible. It was all over the place. And I think that it must have come, I don't know what happened, but it came boxed up with this, just boxed like that. It just came boxed in that box, like it wasn't sealed or anything like that. It just came like this with an Amazon label on it, and it was open. So I thought, okay, whatever. I plugged it in and it sounded unbelievably bad. I thought, oh my god, what have I done here? I've bought some piece of old crap. But you know, I fiddled about with it today, and I found out that what had probably happened is maybe they tested it at the factory to make sure it was working okay, and they'd messed around with these modes and presets, and they was all over the place. So I went back, set them all back to what I wanted to hear. You'll hear in the sound samples that I did, got some great tones on this thing, some really, really good tones. But a lot of them you think, oh god, that needs work. But you can adjust it, you can change it to whatever you want. Anyway, I've been farting about it. This thing, if you've got one of these at home and you've had trouble setting it up, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try and sort of work through whatever the problem is you have, because it is quite simple. But when you first turn it on, you think, God almighty, there's so many different options that it can be quite confusing. But I got my head around it pretty quick because I'm into IT and computers and all that kind of stuff. So to me, it was just, it's a menu system. It's got a really great LCD display, very, very big and bright. You can see it from, even without no glasses on, I can see what I'm doing. So yeah, pretty good. I'm going to do a few videos on this contraption because it's quite a lot of fun. And it's got a drum machine in it. It's got a whole bunch of different things. I can't possibly do it in a short video. But it's got quite a lot of different functions. And if you've got one of these things, or you would like to hear something in particular, make a comment down below and let me know what you're interested in listening to. I'm going to go through everything. I think I might do 2 or 3 videos on this because there's a lot to cover. But interesting. Listen to the drum machine, just for example. I haven't got it turned on. Metronome. Blimey. There's a lot of functions on this thing, and it's a lot of fun. There are such things as DAWs, digital audio workstations, and I've got a few of them, like BandLab and that kind of stuff. But it's too fiddly. I don't like working with them. It's just my personal preference. I actually prefer a piece of old kit. This is like analog. It's digital, but it reminds me of the analog days. And you can just preset what you want, whack it in, and bang, you can define it. You can do that in the computer programs, but it doesn't work for me. I don't like it for some reason. It's just not my cup of tea. I like working with an amp, a guitar, and this effects pedal. Okay, so this is the clean tone. Delay. Okay, this is an example of what I'm talking about. This is the PO1 slot. It's supposed to be dynamic clean. So listen to this, what they call dynamic clean. So obviously that's not dynamic clean because you've got delay, you've got reverb, you've got all kinds of stuff going on there. So let's turn a few of them off and see what happens. Turn that off. Turn that off. Clean amp. Phaser off. Phaser off. Play. Now, listen to this. That's just to give you an example of what the presets, all these presets were like. They were all over the place. So that's a clean tone, but as you just saw, it had flanger on it, it had all kinds of different things on it. So I don't know what happened there, but maybe it was used by somebody else and then sent back and then sold on, or maybe it came like that from the factory. There is a reset button you can press on this thing that you can reset everything back to factory defaults. I haven't done that, there's no point. I can just change these quickly enough on my own. So yeah, that's a clean tone. That's the clean flanger. This is jazz clean. Tuner, you just plug it in, hit these two buttons simultaneously, and then you can tune up. That's my E, low E. Okay, A, D, G, B, and E. Okay, right, so that works. Let's try a chord progression. Let's try a bit of bluesy kind of thing. This is for making little backing tracks so you can play along with yourself. So I've got a bit of a flangey thing going on here. Let's just try this. That sounds alright, so let's put some other stuff on it. Let's try an overdub on top of that. Right, that sounds like a real dog's dinner, but you get the idea. So you just have to mess around with it, you have to play with this thing. Let's see what it sounds like now. I mean, God, that was all over the place, but that's the first time I've used it. But you can quite build up some quite good loops. But the timing is everything. You've got to get this hit right on the beat, and I didn't do that a couple of times. I think I missed it a couple of times, but have a go.
God, that's horrible. But at least I got it working. Now, I'm still fiddling about with this. It's the first time I've actually used it since I got it, because I looked at it and thought, Jesus Christ, this is a bit of a mess, because it sounded terrible when I first got it out of the box. Because obviously someone had messed about with all the presets. But it's okay, it's working okay now. Now I've just got to get used to playing with it. So yeah, interesting. Watch this space. If you've got any suggestions that you would like me to look into, let me know in the comments and I'll do a follow-up video to this. I'm going to do some more videos to this as I get better, obviously. So that's the Mooer G100 multi-effects pedal. Very interesting. They're not expensive, and for all the different effects that you've got on this, you could buy 20 different effects pedals and they're all gonna, this does all of that. Does phasing, does flanging, does all kinds of stuff.
I'm going to do a few videos on this contraption because it's quite a lot of fun, and it's got a drum machine and it's got a whole bunch of different things. I can't possibly do it in a short video, but it's got quite a lot of different functions. And if you've got one of these things, or you would like to hear something in particular, make a comment down below and let me know what you're interested in listening to. I'm going to go through everything. I think I might do 2 or 3 videos on this because there's a lot to cover, but interesting. That's all for now. See you next time.